you know where you are? You in the jungle, baby. You're gonna cry. Amp unit, mount up. Put 'em up. We're double fisting. We got the frozen coffee. We got the hot coffee. We getting amplified. Red team, go! Raw 11/23/2020. Oh, we're gonna talk about it. 2 solid matches that absolutely delivered, and Alexa Bliss continuing to rock on her own level. Alexa Bliss, this gal is straight fire. Adam Pearce announces a new WWE superstar, Drew McInfart. What the fuck? And more WWE befuddling bullshit to make your dome piece enter a pinball bonkers bonanza. Like Lana getting a title match. And the continuation of Lana and Nia Jax's storyline. Yay! Lana and Nia Jax. She injures mouse gals. And her opponents only hope to walk out living. Yeah, she injures mouse gals. In fact, she'll squash you in a motherfucking minute. Oh yeah, she injures mouse gals. Sorry, not sorry. Got carried away and gave you guys the first verse to Nia's new entrance theme remix. You're welcome. Amp unit, let's do this. The YWC Dominant Alpha is ready to go. In 3, 2, 1, it's showtime! Yeah! Amp unit, I tell you, man, what a 24-hour period it was. Survivor Series comes to a close. Monday Night Raw kicks off, which is the kickoff to the final pay-per-view of the year, TLC, coming up at the end of December. And that is it for 2020. For WWE, pro wrestling will be coming to an end. And for all of us, 2020 is almost at a close. One more month. I'm sure that's music to a lot of you guys' ears. Before we get into this Raw review, amplified style, I want to give a big shout out to all you guys, man. My tried and true amplified unit members, you know who you are. And newer subscribers that jumped on to the channel within the last 24 hours. We just had an awesome review live stream yesterday. You guys thoroughly enjoyed it. I had a lot of fun. And together we went over 2 hours in that live stream, man. The initial numbers that I saw when I first got up this morning, we are well over 10,000 people who have already viewed that. 800 of you guys smashed that like, took the time, took a moment to show love to the channel and help promote the vid. Man, it's, you know, it's those moments where you think back to everybody that told you your channel would never make it, because I tell you guys all the time, I was told I was a little too intense. I was too amplified and I was going to scare people away. BC, casual people that come to your channel, you're going to scare them away. Kids especially, they're boogeyman. And they're not going to subscribe, and it's going to cost you views, and I never changed, man. I never wavered, and I just got more and more amplified. I said, good, if I'm going to scare away the bitch boy Bradens and the do-nothing Deborahs, then scare away I will. I'll be the boogeyman. I'll be the asshole. I'll wear the black hat, figuratively and literally. I have no problem being that guy. But this channel has to be fully amplified because it reflects who I am as a person. Fully amplified. Everything I do is full of intensity and passion. This channel has to be such. We have to drop the utmost knowledge in the community, and we have to do it at the highest level possible. And that's what we do. And that's why I call myself the YWC Dominant Alpha. Because nobody is going to out-alpha me. Nobody is going to out-dominate me. And nobody is going to out-amplify the amplified man. It's just not going to happen. Not on my watch. Not on this day or any other. And I didn't change. And yet somehow, even when pro wrestling was going lower and lower on people's attention radar, the channel slowly but surely still continues to grow, and we grind it out. And, you know, when you see several videos that get well over 10,000 in views and things of such, man, it's just a constant reminder that you can actually make it by doing it your way. If you fully believe in what you're doing and in yourself, and you believe that how you are doing it is the most truthful to yourself and your audience, then success will come, man. And it's really cool to see just like a day that we had yesterday and all the unit coming together and making that possible. And you guys are just fucking absolute rock stars. And again, to the newer subscribers, we had over 75 by now. 75 when I finally passed out for the night last night. 75 new subscribers. That's probably at least in the 80s by now. So for all you guys, man, welcome aboard. I might scare a few of you guys away, man. We get fully charged and amplified. We flip out. This isn't one of those channels where we just bitch, moan, complain, and rant sometimes, right? The word in the community is rant. We do more than rant. We get amplified. And we could, you know, some of our views may even piss you off, right? Maybe we're being harsh on somebody that you really like, right? One of your favorite superstars. But if you can't handle the truth, this is probably not the channel for you. I'll give you an example. One of my favorites is Sasha Banks. This is a pro Sasha Banks channel. But I'll be the first to call out bad booking for Sasha. I'll be the first to say Sasha had a bad match or too many botches or this or that. I'll be the first one to say it because if I like you, I'm going to be even more hard on you. That's just the way it is because we have to be the most truthful fucking pack in this community because everybody else is kind of mundane. Everybody else is kind of status quo, right? Carbon copies of one another. This channel stands out for a reason. Unique would be an understatement. So that's just a warning for new subscribers, man. This is not a channel like you may think it is. We're going to talk wrestling, no doubt, but you could tune into a BC Amplified vid and get a 15, 20, 25-minute coffee story. You never know. It's whatever mood I'm in and whatever I'm feeling, man. And we might not get to a review for a half an hour. This may be one of those fucking vids. Who knows? But I'm definitely the most unique individual in this community. And it's really cool to shut up all of the doubters. Because with a live stream like we did yesterday, we shut up all the people that said, oh, you're going to scare everyone away. You're never going to get the viewership. You'll never have, I was once told, this is a true story, I've said it a million times, man. BC, you will never see 5,000 subscribers. Never. The first thing I was told was I'll never see 3. I don't even know where 3 came from, but I got 3 fucking, with no fucking issue. And then I was told I'll never see 5 because I'm too amplified. I'm going to scare people away. And, they were right. You know, I couldn't just get 5,000. We went and we got 10. We went and got 15 to 20. I mean, we just kept we kept doubling, tripling, quadrupling. And now we have thousands and thousands of subscribers. And that's because, you know, people think they know what they're talking about. People think they know what's best for you. Not the amplify, for you too. In your life, people are going to try to tell you what's best for you and your decisions. Trust your gut. Go with what is most truthful for you. And you are going to find success. The quickest way to failure is to follow other people's paths. That's the quickest way to fail and fall flat on your fucking face. So thank you guys for allowing me just a couple of minutes to not only thank you guys, but to speak on what has been an awesome, successful 24-hour period right here on the channel. And for you newer subs who are looking down below at the merch, if you're going to pick out a shirt, I'm going to tell you straight out, this is the bad boy that I'm wearing right now that you have to have if you're a true tried Amp Unit member. Just like Stone Cold Steve Austin had 100 shirts, but everybody knew that Austin 316, that shirt, that was what you had to own as an Austin fan. NWO, they had 50 shirts, but way before any of them, way before the red and black, you had to own the white and black NWO shirt, man. If you're an AMP unit member, this is the shirt, man. This was the very first one that we put out on the line, and it just speaks as a whole what the AMP unit stands for. Think, be, live, amplified. This is what you have to own first before you even start picking anything out. And if you want chronological order, the Amplified man will tell you there's 2 shirts, 2 pieces of merch you have to own as an AMP unit member. The second shirt is that coffee, battery, get charged up, and bicep shirt. Down your energy, whatever that may be, whatever gets you pumped up in the morning, you down that shit, you get energized, you get charged up, and that bicep stands for kicking ass for the day, man. So those 2 shirts really embody what the AMP unit is and stands for. Those are the merchandise pieces you have to have as an AMP unit member. Just saying. There's a lot of good merch down below. There's a lot of sayings that I grew up with. You're messing with the wrong son of a bitch at the wrong time on the wrong day. There's that shirt down there. That's something I always used to say before I would whoop some ass. There was please stop talking. I don't like you. That's something my grandfather used to say before he whooped ass. And I kind of, I took that from him and I started using it in bar rooms and shit. So and of course there's Red Team Go! That was my buddy who's no longer with us, unfortunately. We lived life on the edge. And before we would enter a bar or enter a battle scene, my boy Joey would yell out, Red Team Go! And that's when you knew, man, it was time to whoop that ass. And we were charging, and there was no turning back. So there's that piece of merch, too. So there's a lot of ones that are a little more personal, and you guys enjoy. But just letting you newer subs know before you start purchasing anything. And of course, there's the tried and true hoodie. The hoodie down below, man, that thing is the most comfortable motherfucker you're gonna own hoodie-wise, man. It's not too fucking thick and bulky so you look like an idiot, but it's warm as fuck. The print is great. It ain't going anywhere. You can wash that son of a bitch 217 times. You ain't gonna see any fade. So anyway, yeah, I'm not here to pump the merch. I know that sounds that way, man. I'm just letting you guys know I never talk about merch on this channel, or at least very rarely. But I thought this was a good time now that we got a lot of new subs, and you're probably wondering what some of the merch down below stands for. That's why. And I also have a new one. If you go to the store, there's a new one, and that is the Dominant Alpha BC Amplified. The Dominant Alpha shirt is actually available. It might not be shown down below, but if you click on the store, which is just clicking on one of the shirts down below and it'll send you to the store, that's the new shirt. All right, let's talk about BC, man. 10 fucking minutes and you didn't even talk about Raw. It's crazy, man. It's almost like this is my channel and I can talk about whatever I want, right? Where is my priorities? I'm acting as if this is my channel. And I can speak about whatever I want. Sorry, guys. We start the show with all of Team Raw middle of the ring, and Adam Pearce is praising them for sweeping Team SmackDown. He then allows them to state their case as to why they should get a title opportunity. They all start going back and forth with one another until it gets to Braun Strowman. Pearce says, and last but not least, Braun Strowman. Braun flips the fuck out and headbutts Pearce. He's like, why am I last? All my life I've been last. You can tell his mom forgot to pack his fucking cherry Capri Sun and chocolate brownie because he was extra pissed. So he headbutts Pearce. Pearce is down and out. The rest of Team Raw come to Pearce's aid as we go to commercial. Was this segment perfect? Far from it. But I do like the thought behind it, right? Because this is exactly what you need to do. Team Raw just swept Team SmackDown, so now you need all of them thinking they were the reason why, right? Because Team SmackDown has their own problems with being embarrassed. They were embarrassed Sunday night at Survivor Series. So Team SmackDown they're going to be arguing about who was the weak link and why did this happen? Who was the first link to go down that made it all unravel? With Team Raw, it's the opposite, right? They need to find out who is the strongest link. And now there's bickering in that way. So I think both brands need to do this. Could it have been done better? No question. But I like the fact that they had that, man. They didn't just, like, sweep it underneath the rug. I mean, you just have them sweep SmackDown. You have to utilize that in a story somehow. Again, I could have made it a million times better, as could have you. But at least we got something. And it's set up, oddly, man, some good wrestling matches for the night. So usually I'm not a fan of this type of setup or little mini tournaments, but it's set up some good fucking matches. I do have to say, man. And I'll get back to, you know what, should I just... No, I'm going to wait, yeah, because Adam Pearce made the announcement at the end of hour number 1. I'm going to hold off on that, but Adam Pearce made some matches. I'll get to that in a second, but that was the opening segment. Adam Pearce gets headbutted by Braun because they were all bickering, and Adam Pearce just wants to find out who's going to be Drew's next opponent. I didn't hate it. It just didn't go off as clean as it should have, but I did not hate the opening segment. I know a lot of people were panning it, rightfully so, for justified reasons. So if you totally hated it, I do not blame you. I just, I know that it served its purpose. I know what they were trying to accomplish, and I know that it was needed. Now, the first match of the night befuddles me with the utter stupidity that went into booking this shit show. A tag title match between the New Day versus Cedric and Shelton. Good match, you're thinking, right? Oh yeah, there's just one major fucking problem. We just saw this same exact match 3 weeks ago on Raw. 3 weeks ago! On the same show, we just saw the same exact match. And then, again... just last week on Raw. Just last week. And that was for the titles. Literally the same exact match. This is the third fucking time in 3 weeks that we have seen these two teams. How many times do we need to see the same motherfuckers wrestle one another? Talk about a non-existent tag division. Guys, I totally understand that you're gonna have rematches in pro wrestling, no question. You may have a couple in a month at times. 3 in 3 weeks, come on, bro. 3 times in a fucking month? How much do you need to see from the same motherfuckers? How much more can we see? Unreal, man. Shelton and Cedric win this thing via countout. MVP becomes an authority figure and has the match restarted. I'll say that again if you missed the show. MVP became an authority figure and he restarted the match because his team can't win via a countout, the titles. So he just restarted the fucking match and the New Day's like, okay. And we just... wow, it's that easy? What the fuck? You used to have authority figures to do that. Oh, wait, Adam Pearce is knocked out. So now the wrestlers, the inmates are running the asylum. So then the New Day come back in. The New Day defeat Cedric and Benji once again, just like last week. Why have the Hurt Business in a scenario where they constantly are losing? Why have Benji and Cedric in a match where they're always fucking losing? This is doing nothing. Nothing for the Hurt Business. 50-50 booking will never do justice for anybody. Xavier Woods wins. Say that 10 times fucking fast. He wins via a fruit roll-up. A sunset flip fruit roll-up. I just can't stand fruit roll-up victories, man. It's just the most non-creative way to go about business. It's their way to say, yeah, that person lost, but it was basically luck for the other guy. They just squeaked by. Yeah, roll-up victories have their place from time to time, spread out from one another, few and far between. When you do them all the time, they no longer hold meaning. They no longer hold weight. If everybody is just getting lucky, if everybody is just squeaking by, if nobody is winning with their finisher anymore, then they are just as big of a chump as the person losing. Not only am I looking at the loser like, wow, this big motherfucker cannot get their shoulder up just a fucking centimeter, but I'm also looking at the guy who won like, dude, you're like a fucking wuss. That's how you had the win? A roll up, and then they always like run away, right? They always, even the faces, they crawl underneath the rope and they're looking up like they're shocked. Why? I won? They all are acting like Lana, winning their Survivor Series as a sole survivor. They're all as shocked as all of us. It makes everybody look like a chump, the fruit roll-up victory. I hate roll-ups. Basically, it was a sunset flip combination. No, it was a roll-up. Doesn't matter. Strawberry fruit roll-up, raspberry fruit roll-up, kiwi fruit roll-up, a fruit roll-up is a fucking fruit roll-up. Woods wins via the fucking fruit roll-up. Whatever. We ended hour number 1 with the laugh I've been waiting for years. Adam Pearce is backstage and he announces 3 singles matches for the night, and the winners will face each other in a triple threat match next week. For a shot at WWE champion, Adam Pearce says, Drew McInfart. Bro, man, when we use the word LOL a lot, right? But we don't actually laugh out loud, right? We're just putting it in a text to be morons with one another, and like that's how we communicate. The LOL. When I say I LOL'd, guys, it was like Titus. Do you guys remember Titus World Slide when he came down at the Greatest Royal Rumble and he just head first, dome piece first, underneath the ring. He had so much velocity and he realized that he overshot it and he didn't know how to get to the ring, so he trips by accident and he botched it and he just went head first underneath the fucking ring, and I laughed the rest of the night with Corey Graves. This is one of those things. I laughed 20 minutes straight, I think. I was still laughing last night before I fucking passed out for the night, 2, 3 in the morning. I mean, I legit was LOL. I don't know what it was, man. Maybe it's the fucking immaturity in me that's in all of us still, whether you like it or not. I don't know, man. But when he said McInfart, I'm like, Drew McInfart. The poor guy. I feel so bad for Drew, who's probably watching backstage. He's doing his he's doing his band workout, minding his business, and he hears his name, Drew McInfart. And he's like, fuck! And he probably strolled over to the fucking internet like, please don't pick up on it. Please don't. And I'm telling you, within 20 seconds, the internet was probably fucking exploded with Drew McInfart. Everybody fucking heard it, bro. I mean, Adam Pearce must have felt like he probably went to Drew like, I am so sorry, bro. He said Drew McInfart. Come on, bro. Drew McInfart. How did you not LOL? I don't know, man. BC was waiting for that, man. For the first time in the whole fucking hour, I had some good emotion, man. That was a legit laugh. That is something that R-Truth cannot give us. People chasing each other for a 24/7 fucking ridiculous Target title. Nothing can give us a straight LOL like that unless Titus World Slide is doing one of his famous world slides. That was fucking awesome. Drew McInfart. I hope it doesn't stick. I'm not helping it out any, and I love Drew. I'm sorry, but I gotta talk about it. But I do hope this fades away, man, because Drew deserves better than that, damn it. Much love to Adam Pearce, dude. That poor dude is probably feeling like shit, man. What a flub on national live television. He called this guy Drew McInfart. I'm sorry, I can't let that go, man. Legit LOLs. This morning, I'm still laughing at it, dude, so. Anyway, let's reel it back in, man. Let's get our maturity hat back on. Hour number 2 begins with the first of the 3 qualifying matches I aforementioned. Matt Riddle, that's right, Matt Riddle. I call him Matt. He took on Sheamus. These cats faced each other a couple of times previous. A SmackDown taping on August 4th. And again on October 26th, Monday Night Raw. I got you guys. See, I got you. I do my research for you guys. I got you. SmackDown on August 4th and October 26th on Raw. So if you feel like you've seen them in the past a couple of times, you'd be correct. However, this was by far their best matchup, man. You just know when you watch pro wrestling for over 30 years like yours truly and you dissect the way I do. You just know when somebody has it, man. They're just feeling it for the night. And when you get two dudes that are doing that in the same match, you have magic. These two were just magic. You could tell they were just feeling it, man. And that's just the coolest thing when you can sit back and just watch two dudes be on their A game on a certain night. Because trust me, every performer will tell you that rarely happens when you get two guys feeling the magic in the same night, in the same match. That's what was happening in this one, man. So I really like that. And of course, whatever agent booked this match completely ruined it by having Sheamus defeated via a fruit roll-up. If you're looking for the fruit roll-up count meter, that's at 2 now. 2 fruit roll-ups this morning. We literally just saw a version of this a half an hour ago with Xavier Woods, the sunset flip fruit roll-up. Does nobody win with their fucking finisher anymore? I'm just asking for a friend. Do finishers even matter anymore? Everybody is just squeaking by. They want to show you that it's such competition that you gotta win by a little bit of luck. So these two dudes that went to fucking war, they can't get their shoulder a centimeter up at the very end. Their shoulder, just kick it up, just tap it in, just a little up, get it up. Sheamus is a big boy, just get it up. Nope, fruit roll-up victory, man. Again, it doesn't matter what kind of fruit roll-up. Everybody like the main thing, it wasn't a traditional like 24/7 title fruit roll-up at least. I don't care. Again, strawberry, raspberry, kiwi, a fruit roll-up is a fucking fruit roll-up. So now we're at 2 and we're not even done, I don't believe. I think there was another fruit roll-up last night, wasn't there? Maybe a couple. Let's keep going and find out together, man. I forget, man. I passed out fucking hardcore last night after my fucking 8th coffee of the day. Yeah, it was one hell of a Survivor Series live stream day. Next was an awesome Firefly Fun House with Bray, Alexa, and a new addition to the Fun House, Friendship Frog. Friendship Frog did not last long as Alexa made an example out of Double F to show what she's going to do to Nikki Cross later in the night. Alexa bashed Friendship Frog's dome piece in. Alexa just, like we saw Bray do to Ramblin' Rabbit, Alexa did the Friendship Frog. Poor dude was completely roasted. I guess you could say he was a fried Friendship Frog. Sorry, Friendship, I had to. Now, we then jump to Bray and Alexa in a moment of silence for Friendship Frog, and I love this. This is what we always have fun with when Ramblin' Rabbit passes, and we always have a moment of silence on these videos for Ramblin' Rabbit. Well, Bray and Alexa did that for Friendship Frog. After they did him in, they had a moment of silence for him. I just love, man, this was just an epic Firefly Fun House, why not? I just love these, man. I love Bray Wyatt. I love Alexa Bliss. I think they're some of the best characters in all of pro wrestling right now. They just are, to yours truly anyway. And I can literally, I'm not even joking, guys. I know I may say this in a joking way, but it's truthful. I can watch a half an hour straight of Firefly Fun House. I can watch a whole sitcom of just that, and it's better than anything Raw can give me. Give me an hour of Firefly Fun House, and I'm fine, guys. That's how wildly entertaining Bray and Alexa are, and that's why every time Bray loses something, people say, oh, he's buried, or that's it for the Bray, or they ruined him. And Bray Wyatt is so fucking good, you don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, even I get frustrated at times with how they book Bray, but in The Fiend even. But he's so good, you ain't gonna bury this dude. The dude is so phenomenal, he is going to be the most entertaining part of the show all the time. Even if you don't like the dude, you still ain't gonna argue the fact that he's not one of the most entertaining facets of a 3-hour show on every Monday night. He just is. And Alexa Bliss is on a whole nother fucking level. We'll get to more Alexa later in the night when she took on Nikki Cross. But man, I love this Firefly Fun House. It's just a few minutes every week, but it's some of the best few minutes that this show produces. Next was what we were all expecting, a Raw Women's title match between champion Asuka and Lana! Of course Lana gets a title match. She was the sole survivor at Survivor Series Sunday night. Without even moving a muscle, she beat Bianca Belair. That's right. So Lana is in a title match with Asuka. Of course they have Lana defeat Asuka. You're not gonna have Lana lose to Asuka because why would you have Lana lose to Asuka? Lana could never lose to Asuka can't beat Lana. This company. So Lana defeats Asuka. It was via interference from Nia. She inches mouse girls. Jax and Shayna Baszler. So Lana wins via DQ. Post-match, a tag match is made. So we end hour number 2 with Asuka and Lana versus Nia and Shayna. Picture how you think this match went down. Did you picture it? Good, because that's exactly what happened. Asuka pretty much carried this fucking match. Lana had some spot moments, and that was it. It was complete with the trademark WWE pinfall at the end. The fruit roll-up! That's right! Bing, bang, boom. Every match had a fruit roll-up ending. So this was number 3, if you're counting on the fruit roll-up meter. This was number 3. Who rolled up who, guys? I forget. I think it was Asuka, right? Asuka rolled up, maybe Shayna? Or was it Nia? It doesn't fucking matter, even. It was a roll-up. Asuka rolls up, and like Asuka can't beat any of them. So, and then Asuka squeaks out, and her and Lana are like, "What? We won! We won!" And I'm like, Asuka, act like you've been there before. You're the fucking champ. Oh, yeah. Nope. That's WWE's way to do business. You have to do a fruit roll-up, and then you have to act like you're fucking shocked. Like, I don't know how I pulled this off. 3 fruit roll-ups, if you're counting. And then I think there was another one, guys. I'm not even kidding. I think there was a 4th one coming up. We'll go over that in hour number 3. In fact, let's do that right now. Let me get a sip of coffee. So that ends hour number 2. Hour number 3 starts with the second of the 3 qualifier matches for Drew McInfart's WWE Championship. McIntyre, my bad. It's Bobby Lashley versus Keith Lee. Straight 15-minute match. This was a good match, man. A war between the 2 mammoths that could not, either one could not afford a loss. They just couldn't. Insanely, I actually don't mind what they came up with for the finish here. Lee absolutely crushes Lashley. He falls back on him. All of his weight. Keith Lee is not a little boy, man. All of his weight crashes down on Lashley. MVP knows Bobby is finished, so instead of allowing Bobby to get pinned, MVP attacks Lee, causing a DQ. So Keith Lee moves on to the triple threat next week, but Bobby saves face a little bit, right? And they did it in a way where it didn't have to be a roll-up. It's crazy, right? When you get a little creative, right? I believe that MVP does not want to see Bobby get pinned, so MVP kind of saved him a little bit, right? Save face a little bit. I don't mind that at all. Keith Lee moves on. Bobby Lashley doesn't actually get pinned. Not even a fruit roll-up. Crazy to think. So, I actually like that, man. The match itself was really good. The finish, I actually thought made sense. Oh, if only we could get more of that on these fucking shows. Next was one of my favorite characters in all of pro wrestling right now, Alexa Bliss, as I aforementioned. Alexa Bliss took on Nikki Cross. It was so refreshing to see an actual character in the ring. A stark reminder that pro wrestling isn't just flips, dives, and insane athleticism, but it's also a character-driven industry, and without characters, we're left with inevitable, mundane redundancy. Everybody's like a carbon copy of one another. Alexa Bliss brings a character into that ring that I can clasp onto, man. We can gravitate to, and that can captivate us. And it's so good to see characters in there. That's what I love about The Fiend, man. And that's why somebody like Mark Calloway, The Undertaker, said, next in line behind The Undertaker, it's The Fiend. That's the only character that I see that's, it's Undertaker-esque. Nobody will ever be The Undertaker, and Undertaker even knows that. That's why he didn't say the next Undertaker per se. But he said The Fiend, man. That's the next one in line. And that's praise when coming from Mark Calloway. But for somebody who follows pro wrestling like I do for over 30 years, man, I just see so much potential in not just Bray, but also Alexa with this fucking character. I love it, man. Cross attempts to beat The Fiend out of Alexa, but Alexa plays on Nikki's emotions and lures her right into a version of Sister Abigail for the W. Have I mentioned lately that I absolutely fucking love Bray Wyatt and Alexa Bliss? Alexa picks up the W in total Twisted Bliss fashion, man. And I just... everything made sense here. There was things that made sense last night on Monday Night Raw. There's a fucking... that's something you don't see every Monday night. But some of this shit, dude, I really enjoyed. And I loved seeing Alexa Bliss actually in a match last night. Her and Nikki have unfinished business. The story flowed beautifully. I love the finish. I just love Alexa Bliss. She is on... and I wouldn't... this is a pro Sasha channel. We know that they had beef. I maybe didn't look at Alexa in this way in the earlier years for Alexa's career, especially main roster. And now here we sit, and I'm like, Alexa is one of the brightest fucking spots I have seen in pro wrestling in years. She is on another level. This gal is straight fire. Mad props to Alexa Bliss and Bray Wyatt and what they're able to achieve together and the success that they are bringing onto themselves. Because I know a lot of this creative direction comes right from Bray Wyatt's own dome piece. And I love Bray Wyatt for that, man. He's one of the most creative cats. Him, Matt Hardy, Paul Heyman, Jimmy Cornette, BC Amplified. I think those are the 5 brightest minds in all of pro wrestling. Is that 5 or is that 6? What is that? That's, what I say, Bray Wyatt, Matt Hardy, Jimmy Cornette, Paul Heyman, BC Amplified. I mean, those are the 5 brightest minds in all of pro wrestling. We just are, man. And I just love what I'm seeing there. So I could talk another hour about Bray and Alexa. I'm loving it. That was a great, I'm going to say great match, not because of the athleticism, because of how it captivated me. And just seeing how Alexa's mannerisms were and how she told the story throughout the match and the character development. That's why, for me, it was a great match. Not traditionally in an athletic way. And Alexa can be athletic too, don't forget. You know her background, but she doesn't even need that, man. Some of the greatest pro wrestlers weren't exactly athletic, man. Hulk Hogan, Ultimate Warrior, Steve Austin, The Rock. They gained the utmost success. They were never your high flyers. They were never your most technical athletes. But they captivate you. They captivate you because they took themselves and they pumped that shit up to 10. Love that. Main event was the third and final qualifier for the night for Drew McInfart's championship. AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. The Fiend appears during the finish, causing a distraction to Orton. AJ hits a phenomenal forearm and pins Orton. So there wasn't a 4th roll-up. I'm sorry. This was a straight phenomenal forearm and AJ wins. So only 3 fruit roll-ups last night. Hey! On the road to recovery here for Raw. AJ, again, pins Orton and advances to next week's triple threat with Matt Riddle and Keith Lee. The laughter of the Fiend ends the show. Yeah, I mean, you can't go wrong with an AJ Styles Randy Orton main event, obviously. And Orton takes an L here, but it looks like it's obvious now. They want Orton and Bray Wyatt, the Fiend, at TLC. And I think that they're going to have a fucking ball. Do you remember Randy Orton, was it Hell in a Cell? I think it was Hell in a Cell. Randy Orton took on Jeff Hardy, man, and they just went violent as fuck. You imagine Randy Orton and the Fiend in a TLC match or some shit? I'm sure that's going to be hella fun, dude. So, there was a lot of Fiend and Alexa here, and I was really pissed off at Survivor Series because we didn't have any Alexa and Fiend. This one, they made up for it, and so I was much more happy with this fucking product, with this show, than I was for Survivor Series, to be honest. I felt a lot more shit happened correctly on this show. I feel the right fucking people were on the show. So, yeah, man, you know, you have the shit that boggles your mind, but Monday Night Raw last night had a little bit of life to it, you know, there was some shit some good wrestling, a couple of good wrestling matches, like I said, Keith Lee, Bobby Lashley, Matt Riddle, and Sheamus, and even AJ Styles and Randy Orton wasn't bad. It wasn't as good as it could have been and should have been, but it wasn't bad by any means. So you had some good wrestling last night, and you also had the characters, like I said, Bray and Alexa being spotlighted. So you had some shit that you can actually say, hey, let's build upon that. Let's improve that. And then you had your befuddling shit, obviously. I don't even want to go over. And then you had the LOL moment, man, with Drew McInfart. Much love to Adam Pearce. We all botch, man. I do it a million times on this channel. So, it's just, I don't know where you get McInfart from McIntyre. I just don't. Drew McInfart. Of all the names, bro, you gotta know that's gonna blow up on Soch. The Ant-Man, dude. Down him, guys. I'm gonna do the same here. I'll down that. That's almost done anyway, the frozen one, but let's down on coffees. Let's kick ass today, man. And I'll talk to you guys. What is AEW and NXT? That's Wednesday, but Thanksgiving here in the States is Thursday. So I don't know what's going on with these shows, if they're gonna be live or whatever. But I hope to have at least one of these shows covered for you. So there still might be a video. I know it's a holiday week. I still might hit you guys with a video this week before SmackDown at the end of the week. So be on the lookout. You should be subbed and notified anyway, and they'll tell you. Hopefully. Sometimes they don't. But there could be more content. I know it's a holiday week. I know I'm busy as fuck, even more than usual to get everything done. But there could be. So be on the lookout, guys. Until then, think, be, live, amplified. Red team, you know what we got to do. Red team, go!